Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. Now in today's episode we have of course got a lot of fixtures to review, but we will be playing our Champions League quarter-final leg against, who knows, the draw's coming up now. So we're here, it's draw day, we'll click the automatic draw and we'll see who we get, who's the first team out. It will be Juventus. I will take Juventus. We have got Juventus, the first side out, so an away tie first as well, which is what I really prefer. I prefer playing away and then taking them home and knowing what you have to do to get through to the next round. I honestly think that this might have been the best result in terms of who we could have drawn. So we'll look around at the rest of the fixtures. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. You'd imagine that's going to be a Real Madrid win. Man City versus Liverpool will of course be very interesting. Barcelona, PSG. I'm guessing PSG here. I think they are one of the best teams in the world. So yeah, there's definitely going to be one English side in the semi-final. Hopefully we can make it two by getting past Juventus. It's going to be a noisy game. Don't take us wrong. I don't think this is just going to be a walk in the park. But I do think it's the best we could have hoped for. So we're finally here. It is the day of our first match against Juventus in the Champions League. But we'll quickly go over the fixtures since you last met. After the second leg against Hajduk Split, we played Everton in the Premier League and we won 3-0. Goals from Jose Luis, Phil Foden and Luis Enrique Iran sealing the 3 points. We then got absolutely crushed by Manchester United at Old Trafford, getting beat 4-0. A hat-trick from Martial and a goal from Harry Kane sealed it for them. We created absolutely nothing in this match, and it suggests to me that maybe the team isn't as good as I think it is. We then played Manchester City at home and we drew this game 1-1. A goal from Lincoln in the 18th minute. I thought that was going to be enough to seal the victory, but an 81st minute equaliser from Lewis Cook sealed a point for Manchester City. But at this point, I wasn't too fussed. You know, we're just being crushed by Manchester United. So the fact that we were competitive in this game meant that hopefully we'll pick up some form before Juventus come about. And then the final game before the first leg was against Watford at home in the Premier League. We won 4-0. An own goal from Jason Denayer, Luis Enrique Arant and a double from Lincoln means we got the victory. So this is how we're going to line up against Juventus. We'll start off with Pickford in goal, of course. Mateo Rios, Oscar Pfeiffer and Jose Luis as our centre-back options. Michael Althans on the right, Milagros on the left. And we'll start with Ricardo Esparza and Phil Foden in the centre. And we're really struggling for bodies on the wing roles. So we'll start with Jadon Sancho. He's just come back from injury, but hopefully he'll be okay. Luis Enrique Aran's on the left and Sugo up top. We'll have Nievas, Rickson, Ruben Diaz, Kieran Tierney, Gwen Doozy, Mohamed Zahir and Reece Nelson on the bench. So they're playing a fat 4-4-2 formation. They've obviously got some excellent players themselves, but I hope we have got the beating of these. This is one of their strikers, Spatafora. He looks like a very good player. We've already spoke about Montiel in previous seasons, who we had the opportunity to sign when he was still in Argentina, but we didn't take it up. But yeah, I think we've got the better players in terms of on paper, but whether we have the better system and, you know, everything that goes into winning a match, hopefully we've got the right formula. We've got the latest scores up so we can keep an eye on what's happening in the other Champions League games. But we kick off against Juventus, shooting from left to right. Highlight now, 10 minutes in. Our old boy Larola is of course playing for them at right back. They play a long through ball for Spatafora. He gets the ball into the box, but Pickford collects it comfortably. We'll just take a quick look at the scores. Real Madrid are 2-0 up against Bayern Munich already. Pinamonti has put Manchester City in the lead against Liverpool as well. As we'll pick up with this highlight, Phil Foden driving forward. He finds Sugo, who gets dispossessed, and this likely be a counter for them or a counter for us. Phil Foden, can we form some attacking opportunity? Alphonse is in the box now. Can he put it away? He can. Our right wing back gets all the way up the pitch. Sugo with a nice through ball, and we'll make it 1-0. As you can see here, Esparza has the ball in the middle, finds Phil Foden, who drives forward with the ball, finds Maximiliano Sugo, who plays a nice first time pass to Althans in the box, and he puts it away nicely. The fact that they've got Paul Larola as their starting right back suggests to me that we've definitely got the beating of them in terms of personnel, and hopefully we'll continue with this good run of form and we can get the victory away from home in the first leg. Pick up this highlight here. Spatafora down this right hand side. He's got the beating of Milagros. He gets the ball in. Montiel very close, but I think Pickford had it covered anyway. Highlight now, Esparza cuts out a sloppy pass from Juventus. Sugo goes wide. He plays the ball in. Esparza either side of the goalkeeper there. It was going in. Another highlight now, we have the ball with Jadon Sancho. He plays the long ball over to Alphonse on the right hand side. Can he get the ball in the box? He can, but Szczesny gets it easily. Phil Foden now with the ball in the centre. He gives it away to Caldara sloppily. And can Juventus break now? Spatafora plays the ball through to Montiel. He's through on goal. Pickford with a big save, keeping the scoreline at 1-0. Can we counter with Jadon Sancho on this right hand side? He beats his man but gets the ball in, but not very good cross. Another highlight now, identical. Sancho down this right hand side, switches the play. Luis Enrique runs is in, but a big save from Szczesny keeps it 1-0. Another highlight now, we have it with Pfeiffer at the back. He plays a long ball, but it's not going to anyone. Larola can mop that up and play it back to Szczesny. Phil Foden has it in the centre now, plays it with Maximiliano Sugo. He plays the long ball over for Alphonse on the right hand side. Can he get the ball in? Jadon Sancho's there. Caldara can cut it out, and can Juventus counter? No, they can't. Rios has got it now. Plays it to Phil Foden in the centre. He hasn't got any runners, but he beats all his men. Milagres is there. Plays it back. Poor Sugo. You would have put money on him scoring that. He cannot get it in at a tight angle. And it's going to be half time here in the first leg. We are 1-0 up. We are playing well. And hopefully them chances that we've missed won't come back to haunt us. Just take a quick look. Bayern Munich have brought it back against Real Madrid in that first leg. And Manchester City have doubled their lead. PSG and Barcelona is a stalemate at the minute. But we need to stop focusing on the other scores. We need to get through this game. Even if it's a 1-1 draw, we'd take that, you know. An away goal against Juventus would be absolutely brilliant to bring home with us. So hopefully we can win this. Sugo picked up the ball from Rugani, but he couldn't beat Szczesny. Highlight now, we've got a free kick out wide. Phil Foden plays it in. Sancho won the header, but couldn't beat Szczesny. Spatafora now with a free kick. Plays it to Linetti. But we clear. Can Luis Enrique Arans get on this? He can. Has he got the beating of Rugani? He's beat him. The Sugo there. Played through the right of Sancho. He's got to finish this. Szczesny with another save. I've got to say our attacking performance has been particularly disappointing in terms of our finishing capabilities. Spatafora now with the ball high up the pitch. Montiel gets dispossessed. Phil Foden now plays it to Maximiliano Sugo. He's got a runner from Sancho on his right hand side. Can he get into the box? He can. He's got no support. He's going to have to go it alone. And he hits the post. Oh, these chances, they're going to come back to haunt us, aren't they? 10 minutes to go, we're going to make some changes. Jose Luis is struggling out there. We'll get Nievas on. We'll get Reece Nelson on for Jadon Sancho. And we'll get Zahir on for Phil Foden. Highlight now, 87 minutes in, and Juventus have the ball high up the pitch. Mario with the ball in, but Pickford claims. We'll pick up the highlight here. Mario on this right hand side has the ball for Juventus. Can we get the challenge in? We can't. Linetti's got it now. Plays it to Danilo, but we're dispossessed, but it comes back at us. They're pushed high up the pitch. Sugo's got Luis Enrique Arans on the left if he can find him, but he doesn't. Reece Nelson does. Arans is in the box, and we cannot finish our dinner. 40 seconds to go, and this is going to be the final highlight of the game. Is anything going to come from it? Absolutely not. And that's it, 1-0. First leg, away win is of course absolutely fantastic, but I can't help but feel that it should have been a much more convincing win. And this is how the rest of the results lie. PSG did beat Barcelona away from home 2-0 after Nelson Semedo got sent off in the 50th minute. Manchester City held on to their 2-0 lead after they went down to 10 men also. And Real Madrid did come out winners against Bayern Munich. So before the second leg against Juventus, we did have a Premier League tie against Leicester City away from home. We won this one 3-0, goals from Sugo, Nelson and Arans securing the 3 points. It was a good performance and a good victory which will hopefully set us up nicely for the second leg. So we're here, it is second leg day, and we'll pick our team. Jordan Pickford in goal, Rios, Pfeiffer and Luis at centre back, with Alphonse our right wing back, Milagres our left wing back, Esparza and Phil Foden in the central of midfield. We'll start with Jadon Sancho on the right, Luis Enrique on the left and Lincoln up top. We'll have Rickson, Diaz, Tierney, Guendouzi, Zahir, Reece Nelson and Sugo on our bench. And they're lining up with a very similar formation to they did last time, 4-4-2. Looks like they've dropped the central midfielders a bit deeper than they were last time. They brought in Philippe D'Amico. I don't believe he was playing last time. I know he's a good player on Football Manager this year. But yeah, we'll see how we get on in the first half of the home leg of our second leg in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And we've got the latest scores up to keep an eye on. Luis Enrique Arans nearly getting an early goal. Sancho, big save from Szczesny. But in this game, we're shooting from left to right in the first half. Hopefully, we can get the job done. Highlight now, Sancho has it on the right hand side. Can he beat the left back? It looks like he's beat him. Can he get the ball back post? Luis Enrique Rans hits the bar. Milagres keeps the ball alive, but it falls to Danilo. Can they clear Phil Foden? It looks like it's probably going to be highlight over, but we'll continue with it anyway. Sancho on the right hand side. Can he get the ball in? Lincoln's there. It's cleared again. We're keeping up the pressure though. Althans gets the ball in. Caldara clears, and that will be the end. Highlight, Spatafora with the free kick. But Rios matches it, and Sancho can now break for us. Look at Luis Enrique Rans on the left-hand side. He's got all the space. Can Sancho find him? He finds Lincoln at the near post, and Lincoln cannot put it away. Fortunately for us, their conditioning is really poor. But is another highlight. D'Amico on the edge. He's got the chance to beat his man and get the ball in. But can we clear and counter Rans this time? Sancho's now got all the space, but he's sort of dropped back. And what was that, Rans? What was that? Phil Foden has it in the centre, gives it away to D'Amico, and can Juventus break now? No, they can't. Phil Foden's got the ball in the centre again. Lincoln now driving at the defence. He's got options now, but he goes all the way on his own to the byline. Luis Enrique Rans. Somebody's got to be putting these chances away. We are being so wasteful over these two legs, and if it comes back to haunt us, I'm going to be absolutely gutted. Highlight now, Rans has got it in the box. It's played backwards, but Juventus can clear, and can they counter with Spatafora to Montiel? They've got the players to punish us should they get in the right positions, so we need to be very, very careful. D'Amico now plays it inside. It's bobbling about, but we come away with possession. Can we build something from the back? Phil Foden with a lovely over-the-top ball for Althans. He's in the box. He was the goal scorer in the first leg, but he couldn't put it away this time. Highlight, Phil Foden with the corner. Mateo Rios is there. Oh my god, somebody put it in the back of the net. Phil Foden's having a lovely game, 7.9 average rating, and he obviously no goals or assists to his name, so it's just through his general play. But disappointed to go into half-time 0-0. This is very much an open game for Juventus. If they can be a bit more composed in the final third, they could definitely get a goal against us. But in the second half, we're shooting from right to left. Highlight now. Juventus are high up the pitch. Bentoncourt's got it down this right hand side. The ball's played in. Montiel is there. And that was very, very close. This is the sort of thing I'm talking about. Another highlight. We have it deep in our own half. If we give the ball away here, it could spell trouble. But Phil Foden plays it out to the left to Rans. This is a hopeful ball, but Lincoln manages to play it back to Phil Foden. Back to Lincoln over the top. Please put it away, Lincoln. He's hit the bar. Rans is there. Makes it 1-0 on the night and 2-0 on aggregate. Thank God for that. As we can see here, Lincoln plays the most audacious 1-2 with Phil Foden. It comes back to him over the defence. It's an excellent strike, really, but he should be putting that away, but Rans manages to mop it up, putting us 2-0 in front on aggregate, and hopefully now this could spell a beginning of the floodgates opening. Highlight now, Juventus have it with Montiel up front with Spatafora. He takes the strike, and I don't even know why Football Manager counts that as a highlight. 15 minutes to go. We're going to make some changes. We're going to get Zahia on for Phil Foden, who's had an absolutely fantastic game in central of midfield. We'll get Rickson on for Michael Althans, and we'll get Reece Nelson on for Jadon Sancho. Highlight now, Milagres on this left-hand side. Plays the ball in. Zahia's got it on the edge. He's going to take the strike. It comes to Esparza, and he manages to put it in the back of the net, making it 2-0, which is 3-0 on aggregate. We are going through to the semi-finals. Milagres here plays at Esparza, who finds her here on the edge of the box. It ricochets all over, but Esparza is the quickest to it. He makes it 3-0. Absolutely delighted now. Highlight straight after the goal. Rugani's got it high up the pitch. He must have been moved up the pitch in terms of the tactics. But Rickson can dispossess the Juventus attack. And now Lincoln's through on goal. Please put it away. Oh my God, Lincoln, you should be finishing that. Highlight now, we've got on the right hand side. Lincoln's there. He plays the ball in, but it's cleared by Caldara. Esparza now with the ball, tries to find Nelson, but it's cut out by Juventus. Back to Nelson on this right hand side. He gets the ball in. Luis Enrique Rans is there. He makes it 3-0 on the night and 4-0 on aggregate. We are going at a canter now. As we can see here, the ball eventually finds its way to Reece Nelson on the right hand side. He gets an absolutely excellent ball in back post, and Luis Enrique Rans is just there to tuck it in. 2 goals for him on the night, 1 for Esparza. Fantastic, boys. This looks like it's going to be the final highlight of the game. Linetti goes close for Juventus, but that's going to be all she wrote. 3-0 Sunderland, 4-0 on aggregate. Absolutely delighted. We've made it through to the semi-finals. Let's go and take a look who else is joining us. So, Manchester City managed to pull through against Liverpool in the other tie. Bayern Munich beat Real Madrid, which has surprised me. Paris Saint-Germain did manage to beat Barcelona. Who do I want out of these three teams? I want Bayern Munich. We're here, we're at the semi-final draw. We're going to click automatic draw and pray to God we avoid Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain are first out. Who's going to be facing them? Manchester City. We do get Bayern Munich, our preferred tie. I would have preferred us to be away from home in the first leg, but we're not. We're going to have to do the business in the first leg to give us a good chance of going through in the second leg. So a comfortable win against Juventus in the quarterfinals sets up a tasty tie in the semi-finals against Bayern Munich. Now, of course, we do have some history with Bayern Munich. We've played them plenty of times in Europe over the years. And to be honest with you, we've got a great record against them. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. And if you're enjoying my content, why not get yourself subscribed? But until next time, take it easy.